So think about the last time someone important to you went quiet. Not just angry, but quiet. What did you do? Did you reach out immediately, or did you pull back and wait? Did you replay everything in your mind that you said and did in the last 48 hours, trying to figure out what in the world went wrong? Or did you tell yourself, it's probably nothing, it's probably them, while your body was saying something very different inside? Whatever your answer is, it's not random. It's a pattern, and that pattern has a name. And today, we're going to talk about those names, those attachment styles, and where they come from, and how to figure out which one is running your relationships right now. And I promise you, by the end of this video, something is going to make a lot more sense to you about yourself. My name is Diane, and I work with couples and families on exactly these types of questions. The relational patterns that repeat even when we genuinely want things to be different. And attachment is, honestly, one of the most clarifying lenses I know for understanding why we do what we do in close relationships. So let's get into it. Attachment theory was developed by several researchers, but one of the early on one was named John Bowlby, and he was in the mid-20th century. And the core idea of what he discovered is surprisingly simple. Human beings are wired for connection. And from the moment that we are born, we look for a reliable caregiver, someone who will respond when we need something, when we need connection, someone who will help us make the world feel safe. And based on what we find, our nervous system builds a kind of an internal blueprint, a set of assumptions about whether people are reliable, whether our needs matter, or whether closeness is safe or just plain dangerous. And that blueprint forms in the first year of our life, before language, before memory. And it, from there, wires our significant relationships in our life unless it's changed. Researchers have identified 4 primary patterns that emerge from this early wiring, and I want to walk you through each one because I think you're going to recognize yourself or maybe someone you love in at least one of them. The first of these is called secure attachment, and it is our goal. It is what we are all looking to be. It is what I believe that God is in our lives. Secure attachment develops when a child experiences consistent, responsive care from those people that love them. Not perfect care, but good enough. Moments of being seen, soothed, and responded to by those adults. And as adults, securely attached people tend to feel comfortable with both closeness and independence. They don't need to depend on others, but they can do it without losing themselves. They can handle conflict without it making feel like it's going to be the end of that relationship. And when things do break, they believe they can be repaired. The internal voice of a secure attachment sounds like, we may struggle sometimes, but we will get through it. We'll work through it together. I'm good and you're good. The second style is called anxious attachment, and an anxious attachment develops when caregivers are somewhat inconsistent. Sometimes warm, sometimes present, other times distracted or emotionally unavailable. The child never quite knows which version they're going to get. So the nervous system stays on high alert, monitoring the relationship consistently, looking for signs of connection or disconnection. And as adults, people with anxious attachment styles often have a powerful longing for closeness alongside a persistent fear that it may not last. They may overanalyze the small things, seek reassurance often, feel intense highs and lows when connection is strong, and when it's not, it feels very uncertain. The question running through underneath anxious attachment is, am I still important to you? Do I matter? Am I valuable? The third style of attachment, what we're going to study, is called avoidant. And avoidant attachment develops when a child's emotional needs are consistently met with dismissal or discomfort. The child is told to stop being so sensitive. And when the child reaches for closeness, they're going to find distance or it's not available. And over time, the nervous system learns needing people is not safe. So independence is a better strategy. And as adults, people with this attachment style often value autonomy. They feel uncomfortable when someone wants emotional closeness, withdrawing during vulnerable conversations, or responding to a need with practical solutions rather than presence. And I want to say something important here. Avoidant attachment is not the same as caring. People with this pattern often care very deeply. They have simply learned that showing it is dangerous or it won't get their needs met. This style thinks, I'm good, I'm not sure about all of you. The fourth style is disorganized attachment, and this one is the most complex. These styles tend to develop in environments where the caregiver was both a source of comfort, but also maybe a source of fear. And think about what this means for a child. The person that you're wired to run to for safety is also the person that may frighten you the most. And there is no resolution in their mind. So the attachment system becomes very contradictory. And as adults, people with disorganized attachment feel a powerful desire for closeness along a deep fear of actually having it. They may reach for intimacy and then suddenly pull back. They may feel overwhelmed by their own reactions a lot in life, and especially in their relationships. If this resonates with you, I want you to hear this clearly. This did not happen because something's wrong with you. It happened because you were in an impossible situation as a child, and your mind did the best it could to survive it. This person is thinking they're bad, and possibly I'm also. But before we go further, I want to give you something practical. There is a free online assessment that I recommend to everyone who wants to identify their attachment styles, whether it was developed by the attachment people in my life, or it is something that I feel that I might have just been born with. This takes about 10 minutes. It's in the description below. And if possible, I want you to stop, take it before you finish watching this video. Just go to thefamilycollective.com, take the quiz. I'll be here when you come back. And for those of you with anxious attachment, I want to say very quickly that this person actually thinks I'm bad, but the people out there might be good, and that doesn't resonate with me, that they might not meet my needs. So here is what I want you to understand about what matters most about these attachment styles. That your attachment style does not just affect how you feel in your relationships. It actually shapes how you will interpret what is happening in those relationships, the information you're getting and receiving. Two people with different styles can experience the exact same moment completely different. One person's need for space is read as rejection or distance, and that might be an anxious attachment. One person's desire for reassurance reads as pressure, and that might be someone with an avoidant attachment. Here's the deal. Neither person is wrong about what they feel, but without understanding what's underneath, both people end up feeling misunderstood, and then that cycle repeats. When you understand your attachment style, something inside you is going to shift. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You might start asking, why is my nervous system responding so weirdly to this right now? That is a completely different question, and it will lead somewhere completely different in your relationship. I want to say one more thing before we close with this session, and I really want you to hear it. Your attachment style might be what you want, might be not, but it's not a life sentence. Researchers have found that secure attachment can be developed even by people who did not experience it in childhood. They call this earned secure attachment, and it changes everything. It does not happen overnight, but it will happen through safe relationships, through honest reflection, through tools and practices that give your nervous system new evidence about what is possible. But it is real, and the fact that you are watching this video tells me that you are already moving in a great direction. If what we talked about today resonated with you and you want to go a little deeper, I created a full course called The Power of Attachment, and it's designed for exactly this kind of person, someone who wants to understand themselves more clearly, who desires healthier patterns and relationships, and who wants their closest relationships to feel secure. The link is in the description. Please reach out if that's something that you want to do. Before you go, I want you to leave you with this one question to sit with this week. When someone I love goes quiet in my life, when I don't understand them, or when they're pushy in my life, what is it that I do with that feeling? I don't want you to fix it. I don't want you to come with an answer. I just want you to notice, because this is where the work begins. If this video helped you in any way, please share it with someone who really needs to hear it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one very soon.